Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a very fun video, one that I've spent quite a few days on, just experimenting with different things. I have recently been researching different uses for some of the more cryptic E.L.F. products. What I mean by cryptic is products that don't really have a particular specific use for them. If I can give you an example of a line of makeup that has something like what I'm going to be showing you today, I'm thinking about the Benefits Posy tints. The tints they have can be used as either lips or cheek colors. So things like that are multi-purpose, what I should be saying. So multi-purpose products in the E.L.F. line. I was researching, like I said a couple minutes ago, and I found an entire universe, it seems like, of people who have so many great ideas on how to use different products. And lo and behold, since I own pretty much 95% of the E.L.F. products that they sell, I happen to have all the products they had on the blog posts, and I only picked the ones I'm sure I had the exact same shade for. So everything that I have in this basket was everything they had on the website and the blog posts. So you're going to see how to use these different products in different ways. So you're going to see lipsticks, or the chubby lipsticks, being used as primers or concealers. You're going to see different things. It's so cool to be able to have different uses for different products, because one of the most main things that I know a lot of beauty gurus here on YouTube and people who don't even have YouTubes who just collect makeup, they have a problem with using up all their makeup. So because they think they only have one use for it, so they try to use it just how they're supposed to use it, and then the product never gets used up. So if you have multiple purposes for one product, you're gonna be able to use the product faster. Not only necessarily faster, but you're gonna use it up in a timely manner. This product here was the one product that sparked my curiosity about what products I could use differently in different ways. This is the Shimmering Facial Whip. I'm not sure of the shade of it. The sticker for it came off. It's not there anymore. But it is the really pretty, corally, or not corally, rosy pink shade in the line of them. I have 4 of them. I'll show you in a minute. These are $1 and they can be found in the Essential Line section of the E.L.F. website. These, like I said, are not marketed towards any one section of your face. People I've seen have been using them for lip products, for cheeks, even for eye bases. So I want to do my first swatch these right now for you guys. Okay, so as the packaging suggests, the name suggests, these are shimmery, so don't think these are matte in any way, shape, or form. That is not the case. Ooh, okay. That's what the pink one looks like. That's on my hand. And you can see there's a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not sticky. It's a little bit thick, but as I can see, it does sheer out pretty nicely. I see this being used more as, other than a blush, a highlight, because it doesn't stay very pigmented, but this could be either way too. There is a slight citrusy scent to it, which I don't know if that makes anyone nervous. I don't mind it. It doesn't smell that bad. So this could easily be blended out very nicely. So as I can see right now, this could sheer out to be nicely as a blush. So let's try it as a blush first. I'm going to use my finger just because the brushes that I have would sheer it out too much, and I want to see if I can get any sudden color to it for my cheeks. But see, I can see it more as a highlight than anything else. You can definitely tell it's there. It's pretty. It's not uncomfortable either. And from what I'm feeling right now, it does dry almost powdery. It doesn't feel like it's liquid. It feels, or creamy, it feels dry. So for a cheek product, I would honestly say to use it as a highlight, because there isn't much color left. There's definitely a little bit of a tinge of pink, but it's not as prominent as one would want for an actual blush. I'm going to try this as both the eye product, it was a base shade they used it as, and then as a lip. So I'll try the lip first, and I'm going to use a brush for the lip just because I want to have the perfect lip application. So, I don't know. I don't think I would ever use this as a lip product because in my opinion it looks ugly. But like I said, I'm going off what I read and how people used it. It did not specify whether it was for Halloween, because honestly I could not see anyone but a hooker going out with this kind of lipstick. So definitely that's not a lip product. But how about eye? So let's go. I'm using the same brush. I'm not worried about it. It was clean before. I'm going to use that as a base shade. So let's just see how it goes on as a base. One thing I noticed on the lips was that it's definitely pigmented and very shimmery. Let me go my finger now. This could be really cool as a okay, that looks really pretty. It doesn't, you can't really tell on there, and it's actually drying very nicely on the eye. It looks much more prettier in actual, like I'm looking at it right now in the mirror than it does on camera. So I would definitely use this as a base color or maybe a one shade sort of deal. It does dry nicely, but for the lips, I don't think it's a good idea. So this is the one in Golden Peach, and people had said this one was much more of an eyeshadow. Like an on its own eyeshadow. So this is going to be a quick one. They didn't say it was used for anything else, just for the eyeshadow. That's what it looks like on the finger. It's a gold. Let's put it over this one. Let's see how this goes. It's very metallic. It's very metallic. So you need to shear it out quickly. That's another thing. With these, I do find that these do settle very quickly. So if you're going to be blending these out, you might want to do it quickly, because if you leave it there any longer, it's gonna set and it's gonna be there for a while, because these do stay very nicely. I do like this as an eyeshadow. I don't think I'll use it for anything else, but people said they use it for both an eyeshadow and as a highlight. So let's try the highlight. I'll put it here. I usually do my Cupid's bow as well. So if I was tan, because this does come off a little bit pigmented, you can tell, you can see in my Cupid's bow has a little bit of orange there. If I was tanner, this would definitely be a great highlight shade, but because there's a little bit of pigmentation to it as far as the actual color goes, it does show, it does come off goldish. This is Golden Peach, by the way. I would probably be scared using this when I'm lighter. But you can sheer it out enough and it doesn't show as much, but still I think I'd be more comfortable using it as just a highlight when I'm tanner, and then as an eyeshadow base for any time. So that's that. But just to save some time, because this could go a little bit long, I'm going to go ahead and skip the rest of them and go on to the next product. This here is the E.L.F. Jumbo Lipstick in the shade Indie Nude. I had originally purchased this because at first I thought it would be a very nice like complement to my lip color, but it honestly is way too light for me and makes me look very sick. So I will not ever use this as a lips product, but I saw this on the website and I was going to throw it away. Actually, honestly, I was going to, because I wasn't using it. But I saw on the website that people were using it as an eyeshadow base. So I'm going to go ahead and use it as an eyeshadow base. These are retractable, which people don't actually understand. These are retractable, so you can, there's a lot of product in it. But I will say that it's not very true to color. This is definitely much lighter or much darker than what it comes out to be. So just letting you guys know that right now. So let's try it as an eyeshadow base first and see how that goes. These are very creamy, so maybe this might work. If not as an eyeshadow base, as maybe more of a primer, I don't know. So far it's blending out nicely. As a concealer, I can see it happening. I can see it working as concealer, because honestly it does complement my skin very well and matches my skin perfectly. So this could be honestly a perfect concealer color for me, which is very weird because I have not found the perfect concealer color for me. This one works, and it might be a little bit on the orangey side, but that's not a problem because it shears out beautifully. I actually like this as a eyeshadow base. So let's test it with an eyeshadow. I'm going to be fair and use it with an E.L.F. eyeshadow from this little palette that I'm going to use for another look later. I'm going to let it dry a little bit. And so far, it does feel as if I'm wearing a primer, so I guess it could work. So I'm going to go in with my brush. I'm going to use a flat shader brush after I drop it. I'm going to go in with the lighter shade here. Let's just see how this works as a primer. These eyeshadows are, oh my god, it's so pretty. These eyeshadows for the most part aren't that pigmented, but I promise you they look nothing like this on their own. So honestly, I can totally see this being used as an eyeshadow primer. I do see it, or a concealer, or an eyeshadow base. I think this was awesome. I do suggest it. It's creamy enough to where it will not be irritating for your eye, and it grabs onto the product and makes it pop. Like, it looks excellent on my eyes right now. I might just use it more as a concealer though, since I have so many other eye primers that I love. But I'm going to alternate between all of them and use this one as well because I'm actually in love with how it looks. So yeah, that's a good one to use it for. So the E.L.F. Jumbo Lipstick in the shade In the Nude is a great contender for one of my favorite concealers / primers of life. The next product I have is the E.L.F. HD Blush in Headliner. Yeah, Headliner. This is the lightest shade out of the entire collection of them on the studio website. This has been a product that is obviously marketed towards being a blush, but people have been saying they've been using it as a lip product, and they said that it's really good as a lip product. So I'm gonna try it out on the same brush. I cleaned it off, and let's just see. And these products, these HD blushes, honestly are so pigmented. And now it's dry. These are so pigmented. Holy crap, it's like dry. After a 5-minute dry product extraction, it's finally working. So again, this is Headliner, and this is the lightest shade in the entire line of these. So I have it on my hand here, and it seems pretty liquidy. I don't know how this is going to go on my lips, because like I said, my lips are pretty pigmented, and this looks really light. So let's just try it out. It's shearing out too much. So this is definitely not a lip product. That looks awful on me. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stop right now while I'm ahead and say this is not the product for me as far as lip goes. I don't think this looks good on me at all. I look sickly, and but I can see kind of how people would like to use these, at least in the darker shades, as a lip product because of how sheer this already was and how much it sheared out originally. I can only guess that the darker ones are going to shear out very nicely on the lips to look almost like a balm. I don't know how good it is with drying. It feels like it's dry now. Oh yeah, it's dry. That's dried. So these do set pretty quickly, so if you are going to use these as either a blush or a lip product, which I don't really recommend, you have to work quickly to get it sheared out, because it's staying on my lips. Like, you can see it. This is the E.L.F. Lengthening and Defining Mascara. People are saying that they use this as a eyebrow tamer. I don't know anybody who has eyebrows that are this black. Mine are not that black. Mine are actually more of a dark brown. I'm going to try it only because for the sake of the video, I want to show you guys if it works or not as what they suggest. So I'm going to do it, but I'm telling you now, it's going to look kind of weird on me because my eyebrows aren't this black. But they've been saying that the E.L.F. Lengthening and Defining Mascara is a very good brow product, and it keeps your brows looking really nice all day. They say that it's long wearing, that it doesn't come off. It's not marketed as a waterproof product, so how they do that, I'm not sure. They might use a clear brow gel to case it all in. I don't think this is going to go well, but for the sake of the video and for the sake of beauty science, I will go ahead and do it for you guys. So this is the E.L.F. Lengthening and Defining Mascara as a brow product. See, it already looks, well, I don't know. See, I thought my eyebrows were, wow. So, I may have spoken a little bit too soon. I would not use this only because it is so dark, but it does do a very good job. It does do a very good job of getting my brows to sit down because my brows are all over the place normally. I'm surprised because I thought that this would go the complete opposite way. I'm honestly surprised. If you know what, it might work if they had different colored mascaras. This might go a little bit better, But the only thing I will say is this. The brush does well for this area here, but when you get to the smaller areas where you want to define your brow more, like to the point there, this brush is too thick and it will not do the perfect point that you want. So it's not the ideal brow product that I would like, because brow products, as far as I know, the brushes for brow products are pointier so they can get to that area, that little point there, and do the perfect, you know, point. Do I think this could be a brow product for people with really dark brows? Yes, I do. Do I think you need to be lightheaded with it? I do. Do I think this should be used as an eyebrow product? No, but it's to each his own. Couple more and we're done. So anyways, this is the E.L.F. Studio Blush in the shade Candid Coral. This is one of my favorite blushes from the Studio line from E.L.F. These are fairly powdery, but as you can see, it's really, really pretty. It's a very pretty blush. I love this as a blush. It is the perfect natural nudie peachy shade for a blush, but people have been using it as a contour. So I'm gonna try that out and see how that works. The only thing I will say that would honestly turn me away from it being a perfect bronzer for me is the fact that it's really shimmery. These blushes are all extremely shimmery. You can't really tell, but these are really shimmery blushes. They got a sheen to them. So let's just try out this as a bronzer. So I got, on my brush, I got some here, you can see. I'm not going to tap anything off just so I can ensure that it's going to be on my cheek. So let's see. So it's definitely got some depth to it. For fair skin, I can see how this would work as a good bronzer, but quite frankly, I don't think it would work for people with medium to darker skin. So if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't worry about it. So the last three that I have are all lip products, and they are all used for the face. So this first one is from the Dollar Lipstick line. This is in the shade Fantasy. It's a very, very, very browny shade. It's very, very brown. It's way too brown for my liking, honestly. I thought it would be a lot more nicer than it actually is. But apparently people have been using this as also as a contour shade, like a bronzing shade. And they said that it shears out very nicely. So I'm gonna get some of it on my finger. Let's look at my finger. As you can see, it's very dark. I'm very skeptical and very leery about putting this on my face because cream anything on my face besides foundations scare me. They intimidate me. So let's try it as a contour. So I'm going to barely put anything here. And the reason why this came about is because the person, I guess, had run out of, oh, it smells good though. They ran out of contouring powder and they had this shade and said it was a perfect shade. Well, you know what? See, it works, but does it blend well? No. But it could work. Like, it's definitely sculpted out my cheek. But I think cream contouring shades for me aren't my thing. Bottom line, would I use this as a cream contouring shade? No. I don't think it's, well, lipsticks are not made to be worn anywhere except the lips. And quite frankly, I'm very leery about it because some lipsticks can be really greasy. These are fairly greasy, if you're going to my opinion on it. They're very, very thin, very greasy, and grease on your face is just a recipe for disaster. Okay, getting down to the last two. So, this is the E.L.F. Lip Balm with SPF 15. These two are the exact same thing, except this has conditioning, this is just says it's a balm. So, but this is in the shade Rose, and it is a very, very nice lip product from E.L.F. I do like these a lot. They are E.L.F.'s version of the baby lips, in my opinion. There's a little bit of a minty scent to them, and people have been using these as, obviously, lip products first and foremost, but as blush products. So, on application, these are pretty pigmented. These aren't really balm-ish. They are, like I said, they remind me more of baby lips than anything. Just more pigmented. So I'm going to try it out. I'm going to dot the product onto my cheek. And like I said, I'm not very happy with using products that are meant for the mouth onto the cheeks, but for the sake of this video and for the sake of curiosity, I'll do it for you guys. So, and now I'm going to shear it out and see how it works as a blush. So honestly, so far I see that it does bring color to my cheeks. I do like it. It's very nice. And it's got like a rosiness to it, if you can see that, if you see what I'm saying. Like, it's really nice. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it's only becoming that colorful because I'm, in a way, softly primping my cheeks. So honestly, it's up to you. What do you think? Could this be a blush? If you ran out of blush one day, you need a blush, this could be nice. So I definitely see it there, obviously. It's definitely there. Would I use it as a blush? Probably not. Just because I said, these are not meant for the face, they're meant for your lips. But if you are in dire need of a blush and this is all you had, sure, why not use it as such. These are buildable. It does show definite more color now that I apply a little bit more to my cheek. I'm trying to get some light on so you can see perfectly what I'm talking about. It does have a really nice rosy tone to your cheeks, a very natural, like coming out of the cold, primping to your cheeks. I do like that. It's a really nice fresh color. Do I think it would stay long? Probably not, unless you were to set it with something. Maybe you set it with a clear powder. I'm not sure, but it's all up to you. So yeah, let's just get into the last product, eh? So the last product that I have for you guys is the conditioning lip balm with SPF 15. This is the shade Nice and Natural. This is a balm, like it says. People have been using this as an eyeshadow base, so I'm going to go ahead and use as an eyeshadow base once again. These have such a pretty, like, coconutty vanilla scent to them. That's what it looks like on the finger, so let's try it on the eye. These are very, very creamy, definitely a lip balm that I do like a lot. But because I have so many different lip balms, I don't really use this one that often until I rotate my lip balms. Let's see if it dries a little bit. It still has the tackiness to it, which reminds me a lot of course, you know, any kind of eyeshadow base. So let's try out the eyeshadow now. I'm going to go ahead and use my E.L.F. eyeshadow palette, the one that I got the last time I had an E.L.F. haul. Alright, I'm going to go in with a lighter shade and do a good little taupey shade on my lid. These eyeshadows are already nicely pigmented, but they're not as pigmented as they could be, so let's see if this will pass the test as a good primer or a base color. Oh my god, yes. Already, I'm seeing different. I love it. I do like it a lot. I do. I do agree with this one. This could even be a really good concealer, actually. If you're a little bit in the deeper tones of skin, this could be an excellent concealer. It might be a little bit too dark for people who are of lighter, more olive tone skin. That's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys found new ways to use your makeup from E.L.F. So, yeah. That's all I have for you guys for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.